Hello Year 2 and welcome to lesson 2 of our guided reading this week. Yesterday we had a very exciting introduction to our new chapter and the dragon fruit started to make some noises and it woke Thomas up from his sleep, so we know it's quite loud, so we know that something is going to happen next to follow that, and I hope you're all excited as I am to find out. Yesterday you were working really hard on our vocabulary and you were looking at what it means, and we had that discussion, and then you worked really hard at home on writing some of our meanings to our vocabulary. So today we are going to be reading pages 25 to 27, had to check that then, 25 to 27. So I hope you're excited, I hope you're sitting comfortably, and let's start. So I'm going to read the last line of the page before, just so we can remember what happened. I rolled my eyes at my own crazy imagination, and then I checked the room for the unicycling gorilla who usually turns up in my dreams. But there was no gorilla, which meant there was no dream. I turned back to the fruit and jumped in alarm as it began to move, shaking the drawer again. And this time I clearly saw one side of it bulge, which means it sort of grew a little bit or moved outwards a little bit, maybe from a little nudge from something. It was as if something inside was trying to burst out. The skin stretched and the spiky leaves stuck out as the bulge moved under the surface. I thought of the worm I'd found once in the pear in Grandad's garden. What if some kind of monstrous maggot was squirming its way out of the dragon fruit? The thing twisted and pushed. I started to back away. There was no way I wanted a mutant maggot launching at my face. And as I took another step, I stumbled over King Kong and came crashing to the floor. I kept my eyes fixed on the still rattling drawer, and then there was an almighty pop. And I'm just going to show you what's happening down here. I won't show you the next page because there's something else on that, but we can see that the dragon fruit has cracked open with an almighty pop. Like a cork from a bottle, something shot over my head, and a spray of messy pulp and little black seeds covered the floor and splattered up my trouser leg. I don't think his mum is going to be very happy. For a second I lay there, eyes pinned wide open. I then heard a scratching noise, like someone striking a match. I spun around, eyes scanning the floor to see where the maggot, or whatever it was, had landed, but all I could see were toys that I hadn't put away. There was the scratching sound again, like the fizzle of a match igniting. Whatever it was making the sound was behind the beanbag. The match struck for a third time. I edged closer, keeping my eyes firmly on the mound of the beanbag. As I bent towards it, one edge moved. There was something wriggling underneath, trying to squirm its way out. And we're going to stop there for today. So, I'll just show you what was on that other page. I'll show you the whole page together. So we had the dragon fruit going pop and everything flying all across the pages, and we had a creature flying out and over Thomas's head. Now we know from what we know already in our story and from the title of the book that that is probably a dragon. So this is our first time meeting our dragon. Now, we have had a really exciting few pages and everything is starting to come together a little bit more. We wondered when we were going to meet the dragon, and it looks like it's finally about to happen in the next couple pages. So what your challenge is for today is you are going to draw what you think it would have what it would have looked like if when the dragon fruit exploded, it went pop. So this is your interpretation. So we can see from the pages in our book what the author and the illustrator thought it would look like. I want to see what you think it would look like when the dragon fruit went pop and something flew out. So it might have, when it went pop, it might have cracked straight in half, it might have shattered everywhere, it might have crumbled, okay? It's your interpretation of what you think might have happened. So, for mine, I think that it cracked in half. And that's quite a good word, cracked, because the sound of it, we can tell exactly what it would have sounded like or what it would have looked like when it cracked in half. It's a very good adjective. So I'm going to add some spiky leaves to mine. I'm going to show the lines where it cracked in half. And then up in the corner of my page, up at the top, I'm going to draw some little, what I think the dragon's legs would have looked like, and a little fiery tail. Okay, now once you've drawn what you think it would have looked like when the dragon fruit cracked and the creature flew out, you can even add some labels. So you might add some labels of the spiky leaves, and when it cracked in half, and the dragon's feet. Now remember, this is your interpretation, so although we know what it looked like in our book, this is your idea, so it could happen in whatever way you like it to. You can add some amazing colours to your fruit and your dragon. There might be other things in the room that you might add to yours, some different labels, and I really look forward to hearing them, or seeing them, shall I say. I hope you're very excited to see what happens tomorrow, see if Thomas finds the dragon or where it ends up in his room. I'm very excited to read it with you, so I look forward to seeing your amazing work. Have a lovely day.